How do you explain jihad in the self-work?
The concept of jihad, which is the struggle in Islam, it is clearly defined by a tradition by the Prophet saying to people who came back from a battle that welcome to the people who have come from the small jihad and they have the bigger jihad left. And when they asked him what is the bigger jihad or the greater jihad, he said it is the struggle against the self, the nafs, which means the elevation of the self against the desires that are, because not all desires are negative, but the desires that result in an evil action or in a selfish action.
So how can we as people move from the consumer society to a creative and a constructive society?
The roots of us being a consumer society is due to having so much unfulfilled areas in our heart and in our emotions and in ourselves. Try to fill these areas of void with consumerism, with materialism. And there is a wave of realization that these are not bringing happiness, that materialistic societies and consumer societies have not brought more happiness to humanity. And there is a wave of minimalism, as you know, that is more trendy among younger generation, which is an opposition to consumer society. And you wonder, all these advertisement and media establishment, and still there is a natural wave of anti-consumerism that is coming up. This is how much there is need and there is repulsion from the consumerist society that we have experienced in the last, after the information age or the information revolution. So finding to deal with something, you have to look at the root. You know, there is something missing in the depth of society, in the heart of society. This lack of sincere connections, the lack of love, the lack of, you see it with all these dating apps, a service of renting a family during a Christmas. How sad is this, that someone has to rent a family to celebrate Christmas with? This is how divided our society has become. We have separated our senior citizens from our community. We built separate communities for them. We don't gather. We are overworked. We are driven by the need and the want for these merchandise and these materialistic things. But I think there is a wave that is going to keep growing, that is realizing that happiness is not in these. And I'm optimistic about the future.
Right. And the best things in life you cannot buy, right?